everyone, welcome back. Today I am comparing Apple's latest entry-level smartphone, the iPhone 17e with iPhone 16. Last year when I compared the iPhone 16e with the iPhone 16, the comparison was really close and it basically came down to number of cameras and how much money one was looking to spend. This year, iPhone 17e gets some meaningful improvements over the iPhone 16e and the price of both these phones is pretty much the same, so it will be really interesting to see how this comparison goes. This video is for someone who hasn't upgraded their phone for a while and is still using the iPhone 8, 10R or the iPhone 11 and is now looking for an upgrade. They want a good phone but they don't want to spend as much on the iPhone 17. I personally know 7 or 8 people like this, so there is definitely an audience for this video. I feel like all the comparison videos should start with the price, as it helps us set the expectations right and better judge the products being compared. iPhone 16 now officially goes for 69,900 rupees for the 128GB storage, and for some reason that is the only storage option you can get. Earlier, Apple sold 256GB and 512GB storage variants, but since the iPhone 17 came out, they stopped doing that. You can still find a few 256GB iPhone 16s at some of the online and offline retailers, but you will have to spend about 75,000 rupees for it. I said officially because that's the new MRP set by Apple. But very often, you can find it priced at 60 or 61,000 rupees at various online and offline retailers. The new iPhone 17e on the other hand has an official price tag of 64,900 rupees for the base 256GB storage variant. And if you want to double the storage to 512GB, you will have to shell out 84,900 rupees. Again, this is the official MRP and you can already get this phone at close to 61,000 rupees on Flipkart. So if you are looking at their original prices, iPhone 16 costs 5,000 rupees more than the iPhone 17e. But although Apple wants to position this iPhone 17e below the iPhone 16, on ground the reality is both of them are available at pretty much same price point. So what more does the iPhone 16 offer for the slightly higher price, or what does the iPhone 17e miss out on for its marginally lower price tag? Let's find out. Starting with their design. Right from the moment you look at them, you can tell that these are two very different phones. When you look at them from the front, iPhone 17e retains the notch while the iPhone 16 features the dynamic island. I don't mind either of the two, but the dynamic island with all of its animations and added functionalities definitely looks more modern. So that's one plus point for the iPhone 16. When we turn them around, you'll also see that the iPhone 16 has an additional camera lens while the iPhone 17e gets a single camera lens, which I must admit makes it look a lot more cleaner and minimalistic. But the 16 definitely gains another edge by having a more versatile set of cameras. Both of them get matte finish to their back glass and flat aluminum frame for the sides. Frame on the iPhone 16 gets slightly rounded edges at the front and back, making it feel a bit softer and helping it fit better in the hands. iPhone 17e on the other hand gets square edges like we got on the iPhone 12, 13 and 14. I have never had any issue with a sharper frame, so I don't mind it on the iPhone 17e. Most of the ports and buttons are the same on both of them. So they get the volume buttons on the left and the action button above it, a speaker grill, USB Type-C port and microphone grill at the bottom, and a power button on the top half of the right frame. iPhone 16 gets an additional camera control on the right frame, which the 17e leaves out. Now, I don't use this button at all, and I know for a fact that others don't use it as well. But I must admit that it's an added feature on the iPhone 16 which gives you another way to control the cameras. Coming back to the front, iPhone 16 offers ceramic shield protection for the display, whereas the iPhone 17e offers Ceramic Shield 2 protection, which according to Apple has 3 times more scratch resistance than before, making the 17e more durable phone of the two. So that's the plus point for the iPhone 17e. Both of them get IP68 dust and water resistance rating, so they are on equal grounds there. Coming to the displays, both phones boast 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED displays, delivering vibrant colors, wide viewing angles and deep blacks. Both are also struck at 60Hz refresh rate. However, the 16 offers a slightly brighter display, with its peak brightness reaching up to 2000 nits in outdoor conditions as opposed to 800 nits on the iPhone 17e. And as mentioned before, 16 also gets the dynamic island, which looks more modern and enhances the interactions with the notifications. Display on the iPhone 16e did not get as bright as most of the other phones out there, and I think that was one of the things which Apple should have fixed on the iPhone 17e. But they didn't. Under the hood, iPhone 16 packs in a powerful A19 chip and 8GB of RAM, ensuring smooth performance. Whereas the newer iPhone 17e now packs in Apple's latest A19 chip with 4 GPU cores, which is one less than the A19 on the iPhone 17. But each of these cores get its own neural accelerators, making it more powerful than the A18 chip on the iPhone 16. 17e also gets 8GB of RAM, just as the iPhone 16. Thanks to these internals, both of them seem very fluid no matter what you throw at them. Although the A19 chip on the 17e is a pinned one, trust me, this phone doesn't feel slow by any means. Actually, iOS 26 runs smoother on this phone than it does on the iPhone 16. iPhone 16 uses the Qualcomm modem like most of the iPhones from before it. But this iPhone 17e sports Apple's second generation C1X modem, which is even more powerful and efficient than the one on the last year's iPhone 16e. Now, since the iPhone 17e doesn't pack in a second camera and a few other components inside, Apple was able to squeeze in a 4005 mAh battery inside, which is considerably larger than the 3561 mAh battery inside the iPhone 16. And this is not the largest battery which Apple has put inside any 6.1-inch iPhones. What this means is, we get a few extra hours of battery backup on the iPhone 17e, which is amazing because the iPhone 16 already had an amazing battery life to begin with. So if you are away from the charger a lot and you want a phone which lasts the longest amongst these two, 17e is definitely the one for you. When it comes to charging, both support fast wired charging and can get to 50% in just 30 minutes. This time, Apple finally gave the iPhone 17e MagSafe and Qi2 wireless charging. iPhone 16 supports charging speeds of 22 watts while the 17e is capped at 15 watt wireless charging speed. Coming to one of the biggest differences between these two phones, their cameras. iPhone 16 gets a 48 megapixel main camera and a 12 megapixel ultra-wide one. Combining the two cameras, we get 0.5x, 1x and 2x lossless zoom options. The ultra-wide angle lens on this phone gets autofocus and it lets us shoot macro images, which makes the dual cameras on this phone act like a quad camera setup. iPhone 17e on the other hand gets a single 48 megapixel camera on the back. On top of that, it's not even the same one as the iPhone 16. This one gets a much smaller 48 megapixel sensor and it also uses the inferior optical image stabilization as opposed to the sensor shift image stabilization which is found on the iPhone 16 and most of the other recent iPhones. So how does this single camera on this newer iPhone stack up against the ones on the iPhone 16? To check that out, here are a few image and video samples which I took from both the phones. Honestly, in good lighting condition, we can't tell a big difference between the images from these two phones. It is just that in the artificial or lower lighting conditions, 17e switches to the night mode a lot more often. But if you hold it steady enough, even these shots turn out to be pretty good. Even the videos in good light almost look identical from both the phones. iPhone 17e gets photographic styles, but the basic one like we got on the iPhone 16e. It doesn't get the newer photographic styles like on the iPhone 16 and 17, where you not only have more of them, but you also have more granular control over each of these styles. This year, Apple did add the ability of taking portraits of objects to this 17e. For a much deeper dive into their cameras and a lot more image and video samples, make sure to watch their camera comparison video which is coming out really soon. So just to recap, here are the things which are similar on both these phones. Glass and aluminium build, matte finish pack, 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display, 60Hz refresh rate, action button, USB Type-C port, 8GB RAM, 12 megapixel selfie camera, MagSafe magnets and same fast charging speeds. iPhone 16 gets a dynamic island, brighter display, two cameras at the back, macro shooting ability, better main camera with sensor shift image stabilization, cinematic and action mode shooting options, ultra-wideband chip, a bit faster wireless charging speed and Wi-Fi 7 support as opposed to Wi-Fi 6 on the 17e. iPhone 17e also has a few advantages over the 16. It comes with a lower price tag officially with double the storage, packs in the newer and faster A19 chip, Ceramic Shield 2 protection for the display, a much longer lasting battery, and since it came out almost a year and a half after the iPhone 16, it will most definitely get software updates for a longer time. So these have been the differences and similarities between the iPhone 16 and 17e. Their prices are pretty much the same, so which one would you choose based on these things? I think if you are looking for a solid iPhone experience at or around this price point, and you are coming from something like an iPhone SE, 10R, 11 or any of the iPhones from before that, the 17e is a great option for you. However, if you want a more modern looking iPhone with a dynamic island and better and more cameras, then I think you can consider going with the iPhone 16 as well. Keep in mind that iPhone 17e's prices will start to come down in the next few months, and once it comes down to 50 or 52,000 rupees price point, I think this would be the better one to go with. What do you think? If you are deciding between these two phones, which one would you go with? Let me know in the comments. That is it for this video guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for a lot more quality tech videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.